live on my landlord coach page, my personal page, and of course, on YouTube. So hello, everybody. Just move this around here real quick, make sure that I'm good to go. Yes, I am. Okay. All right. Well, it's nice to see everybody on here. So yeah, I hope you all have an amazing weekend. And as you can tell by the title here, it's about avoiding drama. And drama for me is my kryptonite. I just can't be around it. So avoiding drama at all costs has really become my mantra. And it's important to understand what drama is, right? And I know some of you think that you know what it is, but just understand what it is and how we can help avoid that, especially if you guys are interested in getting into single family residential investing at all, or just dealing with life in general. And when you're looking at some of the things about how to avoid drama, most people don't realize really what drama is or really where it comes from. So let's first, before we get too far down the road, and I want to keep this reasonably short, under 10 minutes. So if you've got less than 10 minutes, just stick it out, and I will we'll talk really about what drama is. But when you're talking about drama cannot exist unless there are three things. Okay, so think about that for just a second as I explain this. So drama cannot exist unless there are three things. Now, I think we all know what drama is. It's basically conflict that doesn't belong to you. That's the thing. Or maybe or conflict that you're taking ownership of that basically doesn't necessarily, really shouldn't be in your world. Now, sometimes drama does show up that you do need to take ownership of, right? Maybe it's a problem that has generated from a friend of yours, and your friend can't stand up for themselves, so you're stepping in and you're handling their drama. Okay, but let's talk about what drama is. So in order for drama to exist, and normally it's helpful for me to draw this out, but I don't have my whiteboard set up. But basically, drama cannot exist without three things. You have to have a victim. So you have to have someone that is being victimized. Now, it could be a perceived victimization. It could be an actual victimization. But the important thing is that they believe they are being victimized. And that is critical. Now, what could cause them to be victimized? That is the second piece of the drama triangle. So you've got the victim and you've got an antagonist. Now, an antagonist, it can be anything. It literally can be anything. So if you've got an antagonist, it could be a person, it could be a thing, it could be a policy, it could be an event that happened. So this victim, something happened to them by some sort of antagonist. Now the antagonist is, hey, Kathleen and Paul, the antagonist is basically, like I said, it could be an event, it could be a thing, it could be, and I'll explain this here in just a second. The final piece for drama to exist has to be a hero. So if you've got the victim, now the victim had something happen to them. Again, it can be perception, it could be whatever, but you've got this victim that had something that happened to them via the antagonist, and then they've got the hero. So the hero steps in basically to take on the pain of the victim and basically goes after the antagonist. So if you think about any cop show, very, very common, easy thing to figure out. You've got your victim, whether it's a murder victim or whatever it is, something bad happened to them. And generally you've got the antagonist, which is the bad guy. And then you've got the detective, who's the good guy. That's the hero that's going to step in and deal with the antagonist on behalf of the victim. Okay, that's drama. And drama is very exciting. It's, it's like, wow, what's going to happen next? That's the sort of thing. Great for television, sucks for real life. And that's what drama is. So let's put this in the real world example for just a second. Let's pretend that you have a sibling that is being victimized by another sibling, okay? Or maybe by a parent, or, whatever that is. So let's just say that you have a brother or sister that is being victimized by another sibling, and they bring that problem to you. So again, in terms of conflict, in terms of drama, this sibling, who's the victim, is going to bring their drama to you, and they're going to talk about, and they're going to come to you with the antagonist, right? Saying, hey, our sister, Sally, said this about us, and what are you going to do about it? Now, basically, it doesn't always come off that straightforward, but generally that's what happens, right? They're bringing this problem to you, and then with the expectation that you take ownership of it. So if you take ownership of this problem, now you've created drama because now you become the hero. And once you've stepped into the hero role, that's where drama exists. Now I'm going to give you a real world example of how I stepped into drama or created drama by stepping into the hero role, and I had no business doing it. So about a week or so ago now, I was at a Walgreens and I had bought some, I don't even know what I bought, but I went there to buy something, stood in line, and I'm holding my item. Well, just as I come around the corner to step in front of the register, a young person walked in, was holding their phone like this, having a conversation on the phone, right? Holding the phone like this. So they're having this conversation. They just walked up to the register. They didn't have any products in their hand. They didn't walk up to the register, but they beat me by about half a step. Okay, so technically they were there before me, but it wasn't very clear that they were there to buy anything. So the girl, seeing me with things in my hands, said, "Okay, how can I help you?" Well, this person got incredibly offended. And even though they're still there having this conversation on their phone while holding it like this, it wasn't really clear. I mean, I looked at him and was like, okay, I didn't even know that you were here to buy anything. I thought you were here to ask directions or something. Who knew? Anyway, so I could see where there was a misunderstanding, but this person was incredibly offended. And she went around and made a big fuss. And the guy over here who was behind the counter said, "Well, can I help you?" And it was just a big event. So I looked at the person, the woman who was standing across from me, who wouldn't have said crap if she was standing in a pile of it, was incredibly just victimized by this whole event, right? And I looked at her and I said, "You did absolutely nothing wrong. You're fine." So I paid and got out. Well, this person's still on the phone, holding the phone like this, having this out loud, speakerphone conversation, and that was one of the, are you going to actually engage with the people here to have this conversation, or what's going on? So as I walked away, here's where I stepped into the hero role, because I was feeling like this girl over here was super offended and she did nothing wrong. So I said to her, "You did nothing wrong. She's being incredibly rude." Right? I probably shouldn't have said it, but I felt like I needed to stand up for this girl who was clearly not standing up for herself. And she couldn't. So she apologized to the girl, which she did the right thing. As a customer service person, she did the right thing by apologizing, even though she didn't do anything particularly wrong. So I said to her, "You have nothing to apologize for. She's being incredibly rude, being on her phone." Well, of course, then the girl was not happy about that and started launching all sorts of just insults my way and blah, blah, blah. So whatever. The point is, I created drama by stepping into the hero role, and I should not have. Now, would I have done it differently looking back? I probably wouldn't have engaged in any sort of conversation with her whatsoever, but I still probably would have stood up for the girl and not created drama, just said, "You did nothing wrong," and just left, and not engage with the person saying that she was being incredibly rude. She was being incredibly rude, but I didn't need to say that. I didn't need to inject that, and I probably could have avoided the drama. Now, again, some drama is unavoidable, but the thing was, that was the problem with her wanting to engage with me, her wanting to get her justice, from whatever that was. But I created drama because the girl was the victim, right? The customer service person, the girl at the register was the victim. The antagonist was the customer, or the girl holding the phone like this, having this speakerphone conversation, and me stepping in as the hero. None of that drama would have happened had I not stepped into the hero role. So that's all I'm saying. So as it relates to a business and investment in single-family residences, that's what happens a lot of time is people will come to you with problems that are not yours, or you do not need to be taking ownership of them. They are not your problems to solve. And that's what happens, where they bring to you, say, "Hey, my cat needs a whiskerectomy," or, my car broke down, or I lost my job, or whatever it is. That's fine. That is not your problem to solve. That is their problem to solve. It may not be their fault, but it is their problem to solve. So that's an important thing in terms of avoiding drama. And that's the thing that you have to understand when you're having that conversation with them, is to not insert yourself into the drama or into the hero role, and just walk away and just say, you know what, I'm really sorry. This isn't my issue. This is your issue to solve. I wish you the best of luck. So you have to be careful, because then you can become the antagonist, right? Where you have inserted yourself in the drama triangle because they brought that to you. So drama is always going to show up in your world, especially if there are just some of those people that are just more drama prone, and it's exhausting. It is literally my kryptonite. So I try to avoid that as much as I possibly can. If you're a single family residential investor, one of the things you really have to be prepared for is the type of properties that you're buying that could potentially do that. Now, I hear a lot of people that love to buy properties for $30,000 and put $4,000 into it and rent it for $800 a month. It doesn't really happen that way. The math just doesn't work. So they tend to get lower rents, which tends to attract people of just certain demographics that tend to be higher drama, because they don't have really good personal skills and all that stuff that comes along. So you really need to make sure the type of product that you're bringing, that you're attracting to the ideal client avatar, that's not going to be bringing drama to your door. Okay, that's all I have for today. I hope you found this helpful. Please remember that if you don't place a value on your free time, someone else will, and there is no amount of money that will make time irrelevant. Have a great rest of your day. Take good care. Really quick, before I forget, I was about to forget it, July the 20th is my 2-day live event. If you are interested, please reach out to me. The price has been lowered for 2 people. It was $4.99 for per person, and I lowered it from $4.99 for 1 person, and just an extra $100 for a second person. So if you'd like to split the cost and make it a little bit cheaper for you, it's going to be in Indianapolis, all you got to do is just get there and spend 2 days, and it'll be a very, very busy 2 days on how to train your tenants, how to run a business that does not run you. Have a great rest of your day, guys. Take good care. We'll see you. My landlord coach.